Legendary. This One Republic theme. We're entering the last saga, guys. If you stuck with it this whole way, thank you.
It's just me, myself, and I. Stuck in my bedroom, living in this world you left behind.
Hi.
Dreaming of all these monsters that I'll never get to fight. Boy, I wish I
Sounds so young, which is perfect.
I could bring the world some light. 'Cause I'm stuck with your stories,
I love
but no clue
Fireflies
who you
from Owl City.
are. And no idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops.
I'm gonna stop it. It's a great song. It's a real bop. Legendary. Another introduction of a character, and realistically 2 characters. Whoa! Right later on. What you gonna do with your new husband? A. It's a good song. Is it B? Or is it A? I'm gonna go with that. I put it down. Such a cop-out. I'm gonna hold back. Let's expand the list. But you can tell it's right on that line. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good, though. It just... The only problem I have with the song is that it's painting the picture of Telemachus. It keeps a vibe. I would say it's a pop song. I would say this is a composition. This is a composition. This is a composition. This is a pop song. It's a really good pop song. It's just not, to me, the depth of what these have to offer. This gives me great vibes. If the singer wasn't so good, which the singer is carrying the stinking crud of the song, so I don't take that away from the song, then this song would not be where it is. If the song, and that to me says compositionally it's a little bit lower, vocally it's high. So props to the singer. I mean, they crush it. Telemachus absolutely crushes it. This end part.
Now overcome these obstacles and scrutiny.
Boy, when's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband?
I like that.
Don't you open
Gives me
her room so
Baldur's
we
Gate
can
3
have
vibes.
fun with her?
Don't you dare call my mother tramp.
Love that.
I just did. What you gonna do about it, champ?
The breath.
Somebody tell me.
I was a little confused by the end of the song too, but it's very good. It's very good. It's a very good pop song. The ending finally gives it that narrative that helps more of the composition that helps push us back into the musical land. But yeah, I would say it's a very good pop song. Which I think again, these are on that. You can only get so good if you have that light layering of pop, because then it's up to the singer, and the singer, thank God, is amazing. That's why it could be up here, because the singer carries a song so high. Such an amazing singer. Little Wolf. Again, if you guys are here throughout this, well done.
Fight, little wolf, fight.
You guys must really like this musical.
Fight, little wolf, fight. Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then? Fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. You've made your worst mistake here. Might be your last one too. You'll have run out of bones to break when you and I are through.
Great singer.
I'll teach you all the lessons your daddy never could. This cruel world doesn't give out presents just for being good. So fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain?
All right. Sorry. Cool song. I feel like it's a little empty for what's happening. This is why I keep saying that fight songs are really challenging, because How do you paint the picture of someone getting their butt kicked in terms of like music? Drums? How much drums can you use before it sounds annoying? And there's a lot of drums in the song and it sounds good. And it's in a mixed meter, which also gives that unease. It feels like it's in a mixed meter. We talked about that. This part, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mostly narratively. But yeah, I feel like this one doesn't leave an imprint on me. I liked it because I liked what was happening in it. But I feel like for musically, it's okay. It's good. Just better than Keep Your Friends Close. That might get me killed. But yeah, Little Wolf to me, not a amazingly high T. Yeah. Great. Yeah, nice theme. The theme is repetitive. Die Little Wolf, and the which is that a theme from a different song? Yeah, it's from a different song too. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it is. Okay, let's move to We'll Be Fine.
I had a friend before and he was a lot like you.
The duet between Telemachus and
he had his demons too, and then we grew up
and
apart.
Athena.
Then
Brain.
his light went on.
This to me
So I thought
Greatest Showman
maybe
feeling.
If I made a different call,
Love the lightness here of the singing.
If I hadn't missed it all, maybe he'd be fine. Maybe we'd unwind. Maybe
Move ahead.
My time with you has been splendid. The best day of
I also
my
get,
life
by the
is
way,
I got in the
ABBA.
fight and I didn't die. I've never felt strong before. I know it's light. You'll find.
For me.
you're a good kid.
Yeah, it's a very nice song. Narratively, it's interesting. It doesn't do too much. It kind of creates a friendship between Telemachus and I don't know why I'm forgetting Athena's name so much, but it's good that we've created a whole song out of that, and we made it in a fun way that people want to listen to it. So once again, there's no huge story thing happening here, but Jay is painting a nice picture in which that they are harmonizing. I honestly if I'm not mistaken, I might be crazy, but I feel like Jay might have used this as a moment to do the duet between I forget the two singers' names, Tegan and Telemachus. That I've wanted this song for a while, so I'm a little bit biased. I wanted this song because they are the two, in my opinion, the two strongest singers of this cast, and I just wish there was moments it could got it louder, because both of them have crazy belts. I just wanted a little bit more. Kind of like what makes My Goodbye so strong is Tegan shines the brightest when she, I think that's her name, by the way, if I'm wrong. Athena shines the brightest when she is belting on these higher notes. She's very light in this song. So it's not that her lightness is not as it's not as strong as her belt. Her belt is so stinking strong, and there's power in every single note. This one, it's designed to be light, so I will say it's not as strong. It's not supposed to be as strong. So I just don't feel the same. I don't feel what I've expected to feel as someone that hasn't listened to this whole thing. I didn't feel as pumped up as I wanted to be. So I'm actually a little bit not disappointed, but I'm left feeling a little empty from this, because I wanted a little bit of moment where both of them can just riff and just show off and just do this, because the backtrack is so light. It's not as it's kind of poppy again. It's not as composed in the backtrack. It's designed for both them to have their fun as vocalists. But I really felt like I wanted just a little bit more freedom dynamically to do a little bit more louder stuff, to riff. I wanted this to be the song in which both of them just highlight how crazy amazing they were. So it's actually a little bit lower than it deserves to be, in my opinion, for me. What's Different Beast? My brain. Different Beast. Yeah, that's that. Definitely better than that. Luck Runs Out. It's definitely not as good as that. Ooh, it's right here. Better than Survive. Better than Survive. No. Yeah, we'll be fine right there. Yep. Yep, for sure. Okay, moving on. Love in Paradise. Little layering here.
Old friend, it's been
Narrative.
10 years since I last saw you.
Not even from Odysseus' perspective. We go through like an anime timeline, skipping ahead, because the song really starts here. That was all narrative. I'm gonna not say it starts here because it doesn't. But for me, I will skip probably to this part.
You've been resting for a while. I swore that you were dead when you washed up on my aisle. Did you know you talk in your sleep? Tell me though, who's Penelope?
She's my wife.
Anyways, I've got all you could want here, all you could need here. Just you and me, my dear, my love for life. Soon into bed we'll climb and spend our time.
I'm not your
I'm
man.
what you want here, I'm what you need here. Just you and me, my love in paradise. Now till the end of time. From here on out, you're mine. Oh,
Yeah, no, I could kill you where you stand. I'm no pet, I'm a married man.
oh, handsome, you may try. Life's been hard.
Every comment. You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've sacrificed. Every comrade I long knew. Every friend, I saw them die. And all I hear are
It will be fine,
screams.
dear. Come back inside, dear. Love of my life, come back to paradise. I know your life's been hard. I'll stay inside your heart.
All I hear are
I love you, my dear. I love our time here. Life would be so much
Just
worse
let
if
me
you
close
had
my
died. Please
eyes.
stay away from harm. Stay in my open arms.
The climax of the show. No joke. The climax of the entire show. Everything we've talked about in our, like, if you haven't seen the reacts, by the way, I don't know how you're here, but everything we've talked about in this show, we've talked about layering, the ability to layer due to chord structure, simplicity in a lot of cases by design. And this is the moment. Finally the moment. And why I view this as S tier, because this is the moment where I'm pretty sure, like, in the story, I'm not sure it even talks about this at all. I'm pretty sure this is by Jay's creation. I'm not sure, though. You'll have to... I just remember reading about this, and I thought it was like, oh, he was just trapped on an island for 7 years, but with Calypso. I remember like that. I'm like, okay, all right, he's trapped on an island. Maybe I read a spark notes of it. But this now creates a whole thing. It's wow. Like, it creates an amazing story of compelling consequences to everything that has come before. And he does it by literally introducing you to what has come before. And it's just so masterfully done. And what really sets this to be top, is that he does it while introducing Calypso's theme. And Calypso's theme transforms. I've never felt like in a song the feeling of shut up.
Every comrade I long knew.
This moment shook me.
I saw them die.
Right here.
And all I hear are screams.
Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Shut up. I've never felt that in any song. The fact that he transformed it from this.
I'm what you need here, just you and me, my love in paradise.
That's amazing. That's one of the most clever things I've ever seen in my entire life as a composer. To make a melody make me feel so much that I want it to stop, but I love hearing it. It's amazing. This is an amazing song. I've already listened to it like 10 times, and I've cried almost every single time. And it's just so compelling because it makes me feel so many different emotions. I want it to stop. I want Odysseus to have time to think, to hear himself, to process what's happening. How can you process it when there's some annoying person saying exactly what you don't want to hear?
Odie, get away. But I love my life. Come back to
Shut up.
Shut up. I'll stay inside of your heart.
All I hear are screams.
I love you, my dear. I love our time.
And
here.
then
Life would be so.
I almost just tried right now to mute her. I just was like looking for a way to mute her so I can just be like, I'm not even joking. My brain just did that. And the reason being is because this next part,
Stay in my open arms.
he finally separates hearing her and him, and all he's left with is everything that troubles him. It's so compelling. He told this story. This song does so much. It's amazing. This song is amazing. So this one is the best song. And I, again, went in thinking that Open Arms is going to be it. The Underworld does so much too. But Love in Paradise takes everything good about every of the good songs, pretty much, and layers it in a way that I never thought could be a thing. It takes something else, layers it with it, and introduces it in the most clever way possible. Because you now don't, like, he could have easily just put those three melodies together and been like, look at this. Don't you feel bad? Yes. But I don't feel bad. I feel scared. I feel scared for him because there's something else influencing him during this moment. You've created another problem during this time. It's crazy. It's so good. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, then we have God Games. Oops.
Father, God King, rarely do I ask
We made it to the
for
end.
favors. Now I'm knocking.
You made it to the end.
on the door with
Congratulations.
hopes to save a friendship with one who's a prisoner far from home. Odysseus.
Divine intervention, is that what you seek? To untie apprehensions that were placed on that Greek. You are playing with thunder for a man full of shame, but if he's worth the risk of going under.
I'm just going to let it play because there's not really...
Convince each of them that he ought to be released, and I'll release him.
There's not really one thing that makes this song good. It's the fact that it's like 6 different songs, all different levels within one game. It's clever. The thing about it, the thing about Zelda, I love Zelda. I've played a lot of Zeldas. I've played many times different Zeldas. The problem I have right now, I think I've gotten to a point in my gaming in which I now like, what's the word? Why is my brain dying? It has been 2 hours of analyzing this. I like games now with replay in the sense of game structure. I forget the name. There's an easy name for this. Sorry. I forget. With the replayability factor to the core game mechanics. That is really what pulls me into games. So games like Super Smash Bros. Has great replayability just because the mechanics are great. Is there a story? Yeah, no, not really. It's just about the good replayability. Games like Hunt Showdown. I don't know what the heck's going on in that game. It's a great game, great soundtrack. Games that have like the core workflow of the game is great. Sometimes I actually don't enjoy story games where the story is like sectioned. Sometimes for Zelda games, it's like or a lot of games, here's a wind thing, here's a underworld thing, here's a blah 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 thing, here's a blah 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 thing. The last levels of games like Zelda, I've never liked. I don't think a single one. And it's because most of them do the same exact last level thing. They do, here's a part of like the fire thing that you did. Here's a part of like the water thing that you did, and you didn't like that. And here's a part of the wind thing that you did. It just the gimmick of how they're going to create this final thing. And I don't know, I've gotten tired of that. So for me, I'm already thinking that that's what this is for this thing. It is putting all these different things together and in an effort to be clever. This is what I feel like Jay is doing. It's in an effort to be clever. And when I feel too much of someone trying to be clever, I get a little bit turned away from that. That is not to say this isn't a great song, and it's not to say it's not a clever song. It's very great, and it's very clever. What puts me off a little bit is the overt intention to create something so clever that I now lose what is the core vibe of this song. There's not too much through line. I think Athena's theme is the through line throughout, but I just don't feel centered in it as much as I want to be as I listen through this.
What do you say?
Right? There's no through line. Nice panning, by the way, my headphones.
You all know I'm a fan of catchy songs, so with so many sirens gone, I think
The next song,
trust is not given, is for
I wish there was more of a through line than the vocal singing. The vocals are the through line. It doesn't do enough for me to keep the flow. I think it'd be more just, I don't know, I just feel like what was missing a little bit from this arrangement for me was just some sort of through line that created the cleverness. Kind of like for the last Love in Paradise, it took that previous theme of da 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 da, and then it did something more with it as the song developed. That's really interesting and uses development in a very clever way. For this one, I feel like it had all of the building blocks to be able to do that with all the different gods. But I felt like because they were, and you heard my reaction when I was like, I can't wait for them to put this all together. It never happened. And I actually was like a little bit upset about that because I feel him trying to be clever in these things, but he never realized that full potential. I felt like in these songs, it just was literally Fire Boss, Wind Boss, then Ganon. It wasn't like Fire ba 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 ba, and then the cool moments of video games where it goes and it's the final boss mode. You know, that I love. I wish this happened. It didn't happen. And that is where I'm a little bit lower on this. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It just has less impact than other songs to me. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm just being honest now. I'll be honest. All right? I'll be honest. That put me off a lot. The fact that it didn't have that big moment. It had loudness, and it had a cool theme of Thunderbringer. See where that is. But it didn't have what I expected someone that's trying to be so clever to have in it. Yeah, right there. Yep. Yep. Oh, I mean, even Just a Man being down here sucks because we're going on the new version. I want this higher. Okay. This is my song list. I know I made you mad. Some of you are definitely mad. Hopefully, I mean, I went into detail. I hope you at least see where I'm coming from. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's the reasons I give is why I felt what I did. You might have noticed it got a little bit harder to talk in detail in the early middle. I feel as though the early middle got to a point in which I was like, you're introducing a lot of new things. Odysseus is going through a different time. Like the Circe genre or Saga, and even parts of the water, the water, whatever, Poseidon. It got a little bit harder to talk about sometimes because he was just conveying a lot of things and trying to do them in different ways. So they were nice and I would talk about them, but it was hard to go into detail because it wasn't referencing other things. It was definitely a different vibe than like these last two sagas were you can easily talk about what Jay's going for in relation to how he's using previous themes and ideas. So that's why you'll definitely notice that these last two sagas, we can go into great detail because you can feel exactly what Jay is going for in these songs. Exactly what he's going for in these songs. Where I lost a little bit of that was what's going on? What's the purpose of what you're doing? Not that one though. A little bit here. Not really. Actually, I felt that one pretty. That's why right here is where I at this line. This is where I started to lose the. What are you putting? Why are you putting this in the song or in the show? Yeah, even this one I feel like deserves a little bit higher. Yeah, Survive. Survive was really good. I kind of want to. Anyway, all right. I'll just leave it alone. Survive was like my catalyst. Like I start to not enjoy these as much right after this one. So anyway, I should have put maybe, yeah. If we had another tier, I'd probably end that tier with this one. And then this would be like, if we had an E tier, this would be the start of C tier. D, E, F, G, whatever. Anyway, that's going to be the tier list video. And you might be wondering, wait a minute, where is the tier list for the sagas? We can talk about that. We're going to talk about for that one how the sagas, how the story elements in the saga and the music progress together. Was the music used so well in this? Because it's kind of like, obviously a lot happened in the Cyclops saga. So that's a lot of story. Does music meet that? Or are we pushing the story too high? And that is actually pushing the music up. Like the Circe, there's not that much that happened there realistically. So is the music actually here? So we're going to talk saga and musical, like in music. Like where is the music for the saga doing so much more for what's happening in the story or vice versa? So that's going to be how we do that. And that's going to be in the next video that's coming out on this Patreon and to YouTube later on. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you made it all the way to the end, if you skip to the end just to see this list, when does a man become a monster? Anyway, that's going to be the video. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, and a huge thank you to all of my patrons. All of you make this possible. I appreciate all the support.
The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, Flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the right. That's a flip, man. The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, Flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the